make sense. Come on, make it, baby. Make it make sense. Come on, make it, make it.
What's good, y'all? Let's Make Sense of It podcast. We are back for another week. And like we always say,
What you don't want, what you need.
you definitely need, I go by the Bull Vance.
I'm Ash.
We are back again, like always. Follow us on Instagram, Let's Make Sense of It _ Let's Make Sense of It _ on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page, Let's Make Sense of It podcast. And on all listening platforms, make sure you subscribe, leave a review, leave a like, leave a dislike if you want. Hey, all that good stuff. But yeah, I mean, listen, we take all constructive criticisms.
I'll take constructive criticism.
Please don't leave a dislike. You say we try to be around, man. All right. So we are back for another week. Self-reflection. That's how we're gonna start off. That's how we're gonna start off this week. So I got a bunch of. We're gonna go off a little to a different tangent this week. Got a bunch of quotes, and somewhere along the lines, people need to self-reflect on some of these quotes. So let's start this way. Let's start with a man's loyalty to his homie more than his girl. Yes. Why do you think that is the case?
Fucking hell, you the man. Explain that to me. Explain to me why a man is more.
I actually asked that question on our page, and it was a couple different answers, but one of the answers from one of the guys was, a dude doesn't love his. How do I put this? A dude is not in love with his homies like he's in love with a chick. Like, it's weird. Yeah, the way they worded it was weird. But basically, it was basically along the lines of, how do I put this? I don't even know how to put it. Basically, he had more loyalty to his guys, I guess, than a chick. I guess, I don't know. Don't ask me why. I don't know why.
That didn't get us
Nobody could really explain to me. Could give me a good answer why.
I mean, I'm a girl. I don't know. I don't know, cause I don't understand it. Why couldn't you be loyal to both? Like,
exactly.
What's the big difference between being loyal to your friends and then being loyal to your girlfriend? Like, is she? Do you not think she's gonna be around for long? So you don't really care?
I think that's what it could be. I think some guys they've been growing up with their homies for so long that it's the same for chicks. Like, you've been growing up with somebody so long, your loyalty will most likely lie more to your friends than it would to your significant other sometimes.
No, I mean, no, because my loyalty will be different. If these are my friends that I grew up with per se, or whatever the case may be, or I've been friends with these people a long time, so we have a certain line of loyalty. Mm-hmm. But if it's me and my nigga have a certain line of loyalty. It's not the same type of loyalty. Like, you know, if my friend catch me doing some shit I'm not supposed to do, she ain't gonna go tell my nigga because her loyalty lies with me.
And
if your homie see you doing some type of shit that you ain't supposed to be doing, his loyalty lies to you and not your girlfriend or, you know, your fiance and everything like that. So
I think that's when I found this quote. I think that's along the lines of what the person was trying to figure out, because I guess I seen this quote. It was a quote where I found this. It was on a chick's page. Mm-hmm. I guess she must have been going through some shit or whatever, and she was just trying to figure out the answer of why that is the case. And I don't even think it's really I don't think it's a loyalty thing. I don't think it's a loyalty thing. I think he just probably wasn't fucking with you.
I think it's just a time thing.
or that.
Like, you always get that. I hear that question a lot. Like, why you always want to hang out with your friends and you don't want to hang out with me? And I think that bottom line, very simple, is that he doesn't like hanging out with you.
That's what it sounds like.
I honestly believe that. Like, I think there's no, like, people be trying to look for so many underlying issues. No, why he don't want to hang out with me? You're always with his friends and da-da-da. It's like his friends give him a comfort that you're not giving him.
You might annoy him.
You might annoy the shit out.
Not annoy him to the point that, you know, he don't want to be, he don't love you, but he just might need that, like you say, he might need that outlet to just get away.
Like, he want a friend and you just always in, like, girlfriend mode or relationship mode. Is just like, if he want to show you something funny or whatever case may be, but you don't really laugh at it because now you went into girlfriend mode and now you feel some type of way about it. But it's not pertaining to you and him. It's just something funny that I laughed at. Right. Like, if you laughing at quotes to be like, Something like bitches only go on first dates with niggas because they want a free meal. If
Right.
he show you that and then you get an attitude,
Right.
but he just thought it was funny, it's not pertaining to you. He doesn't think that about you, and you don't laugh at it. He's trying to just laugh with you, trying to enjoy that time with you, and you take that offense, and then you upset all fucking night for no reason. And you wonder why he always with his friends. Like, he don't want to fucking hang out with you. Like, he wants to be by himself or with his friends, and he only want to go out with you when it's like date night or it's like a family function both of y'all gotta go to. But it's nothing like me and Babe can just sit on the couch, chill, and laugh.
Right. Just like, do you ever see that quote? Your significant other should be your best friend. And I seen that quote a lot, and I think sometimes it's true, but it's not true all the time, because you sometimes certain things for certain people, I shouldn't say not all relationships, but certain things you just can't tell your significant other because I don't think they would probably understand. That's sometimes like. You might have girlfriend stuff that you just have to tell a girlfriend. Just like guys might have guy shit they have to tell their guy friends. There's nothing against them. You don't want to all, because if your significant other
knows everything,
they gonna be like,
God, it's over. That's
put a lot on them.
That's overbearing. That's a whole lot of that's a whole lot of shit you putting on with somebody. Yeah. That's why it's good to have a relationship, but it's also very good to have friends outside of those relationships. Mm-hmm. So when it's time, like you said, if it's something that I really need to talk to a girl about because she will understand more than my significant other would, then I'm gonna go talk to my best friend or my sisters or whatever the case may be. Right. But if it's something I know my man will understand and we can discuss it, then yeah, I'm gonna talk to him about it. But it's some stuff I be telling my boyfriend, I don't give a fuck. He don't care. It's not that he don't like care about me, but it's just like what can he do, because he's not understanding, like what it is.
That's what the dude said. He said the guy isn't in love with his homies. He's in love with you. Mm-hmm. So that's why he look at it like, all right, you could come and go. But the guys, they're gonna be there. He's like, there's no. He said there's no feelings or something. There we go. It was no feelings. There's no feelings towards the. There we go. There's no feelings. There was no feelings towards the homies. Like so there's just like, all right, my loyalty is here. He's like, there's feelings towards you, but it might be like, all right, you're here now, but it's like, I can replace you, but along the lines of like you can.
It's just so you gotta give your man that space just as well as he would give you space. Mm-hmm. If you want to go out with your girlfriends, sometimes do ratchet shit. Right. I'm not saying ratchet shit where you shouldn't be doing some shit. Like ratchet shit, you just want to go out with your girlfriends, yell and do whatever, and you don't want to really do that with your boyfriend. And it's times where he might just want to go out with his niggas and chill, or if he play video games, he might want to go play his video games, or
just want to be alone.
Yeah, he just want to be with them, and you don't always have to be a part of it. It's okay.
Let me ask you that. Let me ask you a question over that. You said sometimes you want to go out with friends, or you would have got your friends do right shit, whatever. Is there how we did the relationship, the steps of relationship? Are there guidelines when it comes to relationships?
What you mean guidelines?
Like if it's gonna sound like some controlling shit because I read this somewhere, but it was like basically along the lines of if this person is dealing with somebody, certain things shouldn't be acceptable. Along the lines like you said about going out doing some ratchet shit.
So that all depends on your significant other, because I can't, before my relationship, I can go out and do what the fuck I want to do. Like if I want to dance on some tables, do some shit like that. If, shit. I'm going extreme probably. For somebody, it's probably is like it is. But if I was doing that, then it was my prerogative. I could do that. But now that I'm in a relationship, it's just a certain level of respect I have for him that I won't do that. Especially because as soon as you do some shit like that, everybody got their phone out. Yeah. And now you on several different social media pages.
You sitting there trying to explain yourself.
You on pages that you don't even fucking follow. You don't even know it's a video out there. It just so happened to wind up in his lap, and now you trying to figure out how to explain what's going on.
Look, she's on the fucking table.
So, I think it's a certain level of respect you should have for each other when it comes to your relationship and what you used to do and what you shouldn't do now. Right. And if you get into the relationship and it's just like, well, I'm not changing those things. Like, I'm still going to be ratchet with my friends. I'm still going to twerk in the camera. I'm still going to, wear what I, to a certain extent, wear what I want to wear and shit like that. It's just like, what's the point? What's the point of being in a relationship? Somebody's going to be uncomfortable somewhere along the line.
Yeah. That's where that communication comes in.
Very much so.
You'd be like, all right, if you see something that you don't like, speak up and say it. The worst thing you could do is have a problem with something and let it just build up and go along all these months or all these years and then get to a point where y'all arguing about something or having disagreement about something completely different, and then now out of nowhere you bringing this up. You like, oh, where this come from?
Pause. We're not even having that conversation. Why are you doing that?
Like that's the worst type of argument right there. When you argue about something completely different, and then they back and start talking about something else. You're like, oh,
like I ain't like all them fucking stories you telling me about all them other niggas. Like, whoa,
you're like, whoa,
sir,
where did this come from?
we was talking about cleaning the kitchen. Why are you bringing up the stories? We talked about that in the beginning of the relationship. You should have said you had a problem then.
That mean it was some built up stuff. Don't try to use some old shit. Like I'm a big
new shit to bring old shit up.
I'm a big believer. Like if it's a problem with something, or you find something you're uncomfortable about something, or just something in general, tell me about that right then and right there, so we can take care of this right then. Because the more you let it sit and it just keeps going and going and going, now it's built up. Now it's in your mind. Now it's a mental thing because you didn't talk about it. Now you just might have a random day. You just mad. You trying to figure out, well, what the fuck is the problem? Like why you mad? Because it was something small. Like it could be like something minute to you, but they'd be like, oh, I didn't like that, or I thought this was disrespectful, or I feel like this particular thing was disrespectful. So
Hey, say that shit there, right then and there.
yeah, don't.
Then we won't have a problem later on.
Please. And then if we take care of it right then and there, don't keep bringing it up.
If you
forgive it, forgive.
let that shit go. Or do something with yourself.
Seriously. Because now you making unnecessary shit for yourself, and then it's just trickling out into the relationship or into whatever y'all got going on. Like, don't take care of it. If they're gonna forgive you, they're gonna forgive you. If they say they're gonna forgive you, then y'all get past it. But if y'all not past it, then it's gonna be an anchor in the relationship. Now something's just gonna be divided. So take care of it at the moment. Let me get this quote. It say, if women listen to their man the way they listen to their friends, relationships will be more successful. What is your thoughts on that?
Bullshit.
What?
Bullshit.
Why?
I'm not saying that your friend is always right, and I'm not saying that your man is always wrong. What I'm saying is somebody's gonna be right and somebody's gonna be wrong.
Right.
So you ain't gotta, if you 100% listening to everything your man says, somewhere along the lines you got some you got some misinformation, and he fucking you up.
That's how you become naive to some shit.
You get out and start telling people, well, yeah, because my man said such and now you got everybody else look at you like, are you stupid? Yeah,
just like if you say, like if your girlfriend told you, oh yeah, my girlfriend said this, so it gotta be, everything ain't law. Like everything that people say is not law. It's just their opinion. It's like, all right, that's why I always say, like, I give people advice and be like, listen, this is just my opinion. I can't tell you how to go about it or whatever. I'm just gonna tell you, I'm gonna lay out the facts for you. I'm gonna try to show you where you was wrong or where they was wrong, and then you can take it however you want to take it. Because people gonna do what the fuck they want to do anyway. But you can only give them something to think about.
Yeah,
I'm a believer. If I give you something to think about, that means like, all right, that means I got my point across. Because if I didn't give you nothing to think about and you just was sitting there listening to me, not hearing what the fuck I was saying, then it's like, all right, you just basically was saying you just need somebody to say some shit, and that little part that you agree with, like, all right, I knew I was right, so I'm gonna run with that.
Yeah, no, but just I'm just saying, when we were kids and everything like that, like you listen to everything your parents said because that was kind of put into you that it was law. Right. Like, if your mom said you couldn't turn her air conditioner past this temperature, you couldn't turn her air conditioner past this temperature because it was law. It was her house.
Don't touch that heat.
But you're an adult now. Everything your girlfriend says is not right. Because you should know your girlfriend. You should know if she giving you advice on one particular subject, you probably know she's been through that subject. Correct. And if she telling you something that she didn't do, take it at heed. Because it's going to be like, you didn't follow those instructions. Why are you giving them to me? Right. But it's sometimes they just giving you because they know this will work out for you because they should have had it when they were going through it and it didn't work for them. Right. So you got to, it's a 50-50 chance you're going to get some bullshit or some right shit. And with your man, some niggas are controlling, and they will tell you shit just to get into your head to see how far they can, hook you, to see where they can see how long that line is gonna be before they can rule you all the way in. Mm-hmm. So I think you should take everything kind of at heed. Right. And just see what works best for you, trial and error. But don't go out telling all your business to everybody. Yeah, keep some. That's people's problem. Sometimes they done told this person, they done told this person, they done told this person. Now it's like, all right, everybody know your business. Mm-hmm. You're like, man, this nigga ain't shit. Fuck this nigga. Da 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 da. And now now they all giving him a death stare, trying to figure. Oh, what the fuck is he doing here? Yeah, I thought you hated him. I thought they done got into a fight with him. They didn't. Oh, he done put your hands on you. Now he like, oh, what? Then you just tell grandma he got another baby somewhere.
Now everybody looking at you like you're crazy. They got the stare and everything. Don't be that person.
If you gonna forgive him,
If you like it, I
don't tell
love.
nobody. Don't tell nobody about it.
Yeah.
If you gonna forgive him and you know the situation is not a thing, don't tell nobody.
The
about
worst thing you could do is take all your relationship shit to Instagram or to like a social media
it.
platform.
Ooh, Kanye West.
Yeah, speaking of
he is a celebrity, honey. They're very, known celebrity, very rich celebrity. But that nigga is off his rocker, and he is, a few screws short because his relationship, his divorce should not be all over social media. With him not seeing his kids shouldn't be all over social media. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You can't convince me that it's okay for him to be doing that. And people would be in the comments like, oh yeah, but I understand where you come from. No, you should be like, nigga, get off of Instagram.
Yeah.
It's none of our business. This nigga not even in his problems are not even in your tax bracket.
Exactly.
And you worrying about it. I don't understand. Like, no, the advice should be given him, talk to your lawyer. Go to court. Half of y'all know what family court look like. Go to court because he needs to handle the situation. His divorce isn't final because he's not signing the papers.
Right.
He moved across the street, from his ex-wife.
That's giving control of behavior right there. That's a little weird. Can you
Control-
imagine if an ex moved right across the street from you? Like, say you in a brand new house, like this is your dream house, and then they building a house across the street, and the next thing you know, you come to find out it's your fucking ex. You like,
You bet you just rolling down the driveway, putting your trash out, and this motherfucker like,
that's so weird.
it's fucking weird.
That's so weird. And what's the odds that house was available for him to buy?
Child,
Like what?
that was some real spooky shit.
It is. He probably paid off them people that live there. Like, listen, I'll give you twice the value of the house if you give me this house. Like that's
Probably ain't got no furniture in there.
yeah,
Probably
just
got a
out the
futon
window.
in the middle of the living room.
just looking out the window. Yeah, don't take your relationship problems to social media because then that's another thing about everybody getting your business because now everybody in your DMs or they just in your messages like, oh, what's the problem? And of course, depending on if they like the other person or not, they going to go to your side. Like, oh yeah, you right. They should have did this. When in reality, you might have been wrong too. But that's something for y'all to take care of. Keep it in house.
Yeah,
Speaking of that, let me give you this one. It say letting someone else's divorce discourage you from wanting marriage is like not driving a car because of an accident someone else had.
That's very stupid.
Very.
Their life is not your life. Their journey is not your journey. Their marriage is not your marriage.
Yeah.
You don't know what was going on in their marriage. You don't know how that person changed or who changed during their marriage. So if marriage is not for you, marriage is not for you. That's your personal choice.
Correct.
But don't let nobody else influence that. And don't let nobody force you into getting married either. Because if you see all your friends get married, don't feel bad because you ain't married.
Right. Just ain't your time right now.
All
Or
their marriages
maybe-
might not be beautiful.
Yeah.
So you might be the lucky motherfucker in the group because you single and gotta go through the shit they going through. You never know.
Yeah, don't. And another thing, don't stop taking marital advice from people who ain't even never been married.
Woo.
That is the worst. I hate when people do that. Oh no, you shouldn't get married because, like, first of all, have you been married?
I'll give you relationship advice.
Yeah,
I can't give you marriage
yeah,
advice.
don't.
That's a legally
That's the
binding
worst.
contract.
Oh no, you shouldn't get married because all married this and all married that. And like, one, you don't even have a dude right now. Number
Child.
two, you never been married ever. You just out here. Like, don't. People. That's the problem. People want to give advice on every single subject in everybody else's life, but can't even get their own life together.
Or their favorite one is, well, my grandma and they was married and my mom and dad. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for their union.
Right, but
Very, very happy. But I don't know them.
yeah, I'm gonna talk to somebody who I know personally that's been married. I'm gonna talk to multiple people because you can't just always talk to one source. Sometimes you got to go to multiple people that's been married.
Like, I need to know the real nitty gritty of this marriage stuff. Like,
Yeah.
Don't give me it's just so beautiful. No.
Yeah, no,
I don't
no.
want to hear none of that shit.
Because there's a lot of people.
What's y'all dumbest fight about?
Yep.
Like, what's y'all dumbest
Because I feel
fight
like when you get married, the littlest shit, the real little shit really turn into some petty shit. Like y'all really be getting into
it's
some.
it's not a breakup.
No.
It's not
This is papers.
Sometimes I be thinking about that when people get married and they be like, you be wondering like why they so stressed and like during their marriage, and I be like, because you realize it's not a simple breakup. You can't just be like, you know what, I'm done with this shit and I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Like, you have to actually divorce this person or be separated for years.
Yeah, you just can't pack a bag.
You just can't pack a bag. You can't pack a bag. Like, I'm going to stay at my mama's house for a couple days. Like, no, sir, you can't. Ma'am, you can't do that.
This ain't TV. Like you just can't do like they do with TV. I'm gonna go, like you said, go stay at the mom house for a while so we figure it out. No, you still gotta go back home.
You better go sleep in that basement and figure it out. If the basement is done. If it's not done, go sleep on the couch. Hopefully we got a guest room. I don't know. Go sleep in the kids' room.
That's why you gotta get a nice house. You don't want to be arguing and your house little as shit. You can't even go nowhere. You gotta go. You try to go there, or you have like one of those. You ever see one of them rancher houses? Everything's like on the same floor, almost like an apartment type. Like you can't go nowhere. You be mad as shit.
You go to the back, the farthest room you can find.
I can't imagine being married in an apartment. Yo, that shit probably drive you the fuck crazy. You like you married even a condo to a certain extent.
You better go sit in the bathroom.
Man, listen, not to sit in the bathroom. Like what, yo?
If you're in an apartment and it's not that big, you don't want to sit in the living room. They gotta walk past it. Go sit in the bathroom.
You petty as shit. You gonna cook something to eat?
But you know what? It's love if y'all mad at each other and they still cook you food.
Yes.
If they still prepare your dinner and do the normal stuff and they do daily routine they do for you, then your argument, is very minuscule.
If they don't, then you might have bigger problems because
if he or she orders food and know you ain't eat yet and they ain't order you nothing.
Oh man, that's gonna be a whole. That's a whole nother argument.
Not with me. You can't do that with me. Because guess who ain't eating? You. Because guess where your food gonna be at? The floor, the trash, outside.
Super petty. Yeah, don't like you said. Don't let somebody else's divorce, because I know divorce is a at all time high for whatever reason it is. I think a lot of it was because of the pandemic. A lot of people just really
realize I ain't want to be in the house this I don't want to be with this motherfucker forever.
Like some people really are like. Some people got lucky. Like, all right, one person might have been like a nurse or something. They was a essential personnel, so they went to work and y'all was separated. But some people, they were just in the room or just in the house for months at a time, weeks at a time. It's like you couldn't do shit either. It's like, all right, I'm gonna go take. There's only so many walks you could take before you be like, all right.
I was about to say, as soon as they said such and such is open for outdoor dining, I was outside. Fuck that.
People couldn't wait to go to the supermarket. They were just happy. The food shop.
I definitely was on that. I definitely was at Club ShopRite a couple times a week for random shit that I did not need.
For no reason.
No reason. I just wanted to see people. I ain't talking to nobody. I just wanted to see people. That's it.
Mm-hmm. And off of that, it was another quote. It said that cheating is not one of the ups and downs when it comes to when it comes to a relationship.
Oh my!
Just marriage in general.
I don't know who the fuck said that cheating is part of ups and downs. Like y'all be so quick to be a ride or die to these nothing ass females and nothing ass niggas, and they cheated on you. Like they deliberately cheated on you. And I don't care. You can't tell me, oh, it was only one time. That's your strength. If it was only one time and you decided you want to forgive that person and move forward, that's your prerogative. But y'all be like going back to like real, consecutive cheaters, they just, I'm looking for the word. What is it?
Repeat or no?
No. Habitual cheaters. There we go. Habitual cheaters. Y'all go back to them like these niggas done had babies or almost babies. You got bitches in your DM. You probably had bitches pull up on you, probably ride past your house or ride past where you was at, met you in a club, coming to you as a woman on some shit that you ain't even know about. And you like,
yeah, like what's up? What's the
And then you gotta go argue with this nigga to find out what the fuck is going on. He looking at you like, I don't know what she's talking about. I don't know it, girl.
What's worse, the guy that cheats with the one chick constantly, or the guy that cheats with multiple chicks?
The one chick.
Because it's like some type of connection there.
Something you like her for some odd reason. Right. You keep going back to it. So either she got real good, what I'm saying, or she a good conversationalist, or maybe she got good fruit snacks
at that
in
point,
her
she
house.
might just be
I don't know.
She's just a side chick.
That's
honestly,
an affair.
That's what. Yeah,
that's an affair.
Exactly.
That's what we're adults. That is an affair.
Right.
Y'all can stop. Side chicks is what an affair is. So
if you had multiple, if you just dealing with multiple, like you just had multiple one night stands. First of all, that's just anything. Like you might want to get tested, but
not even tested. You might want to go to therapy. You might be a nympho. You might be a nympho, and you had to get that checked out. You just need to you need to get your nut off any way you can see fit.
Yeah, but if it's like that consecutive, I think that consecutive, it'd be the equivalent of if a chick was fucking with one dude.
Constantly?
Like constantly, because it's like
you like him.
Yeah.
Like you like him.
Yeah. Like,
if you wasn't in a relationship, you'd be in a relationship.
With the
either way.
Like, oh, what is that? Like as a nigga be like, so you fucking with multiple niggas? No, just the one. Now niggas ran. What you mean the one? They try to figure out who the fuck is this nigga? What do you mean just the one?
Like, what
did
did
you
do differently?
You know, I'm gonna tell you why. Because niggas when they find out a female cheat, they be ready to kill everybody. niggas, we know the fucked up part. Niggas can cheat 30 times. A chick cheat one time, they be ready to kill the whole fucking block.
You a whore.
Everybody gotta die.
Fucking slut. You dirty as shit. And I
You know
can't believe
why?
you in this
Because
fight.
in the nigga head, he thinking of all the nasty shit that she did to him, that she was doing on to what, man? Listen,
You don't know. She might have got over there and all she had to do was lay on her back.
What?
She might be with you and she got put in a
Man,
whole
listen,
bunch of extra work for your ass because you can't do shit.
listen. The crime rate is so high. That's the crazy part. The crime rate is so high over chicks, believe it or not, because a nigga will go crazy over a fucking female. It's crazy. Like,
Niggas are very territorial. I believe that.
Right.
Very much so. They territorial over females is not there, so I can't.
did you see the video? It was a video. The dude, he walked in on his chick cheating.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yo.
Yesterday? Yeah, yesterday.
That shit was.
She had rose petals and shit on the floor.
Yeah, I was like, what the.
I was like, I'm not understanding like what was going on here. Like, since you didn't know he had security cameras.
Yeah, he's like, you see this shit? He was sitting there, this motherfucker. He said, look at this shit.
I know one thing. I would have got my comforter back.
Died. You died.
I don't give a fuck if I would have burnt it afterwards. I want my blanket back.
He walked right in that joint. He walked right in. Walked right in. What's up?
Listen, he got out the car. He had on slides. I want to know where he worked at that he still had slides on his feet.
Nigga probably. He got done work. He got done work early, so he probably changed his shoes.
He
or
was
whatever.
on lunch. He was on his lunch break. So he had his slides on. Got out the car. He put his keys in the door. Walked in the house. The little thing went off, and I'm like, "She don't hear him yet."
They was zoned out.
He opened the gate, closed the gate. Walking up the steps, told the dog to move.
Everything.
Like he was loud as shit, and then he walks into the door, and they still like, they wasn't humping yet, but they still doing whatever they doing under the covers.
They got some hell of a insulation in that house. They didn't hear all of that. That means somebody could have ran up in the crib for all of that.
As soon as I would have held the door open, like, bitch, you need to get out of Dodge real fast.
That nigga should jump out the window like Boys in the Hood. Nigga jumped out the window. He was like, no.
Only way he gonna prove you wrong is playback.
Because he was like, no, I didn't know. I didn't. Man, get your ass out. He said, you look like what he said? You look like I'm a man of God.
Yo, no, the girl when she told him, no, why you asking me? You should have looked around. Like, excuse
she
me?
died.
Like, ma'am.
Since we being messy, we might as well get to the
Let's go to our messy segment.
To the two sis segment. Make sure y'all hit that line. Matter of fact, don't hit the line. At this point, it's just a segment. I'm gonna keep it mean, but we're gonna keep putting the number down there though. It's 267-648-7208 at the bottom of the screen. You see it's right there. Feel free to call in. It's right there at the bottom. Now, let's see. I found something this week. I got a couple of them, but let me see which one I'm gonna use.
Not a couple of them.
I do got a couple of them. I found because I didn't know which one to use. All right, so I'll keep it simple today. It says husband makes inappropriate comments to other women. So it says her husband of 30 years was in a text chat with a female acquaintance about dinner reservations at her restaurant while we were on vacation. It says during the chat, she told him she was taking a vacation with her husband. The chick's husband texts us back telling her to be sure to pack those clothes. She sends back question marks, and he tells her those sexy clothes for her husband, wink, wink. She then messed up our reservation and overbooked that night. He says I'm overreacting. I think his comment was extremely inappropriate. Would you consider this type of comment cheating?
Cheating, I don't know. Inappropriate, hell to the fucking yeah. It wasn't needed. Oh, you going on a vacation with your husband? Oh, where you going to? Oh, that sounds nice. I'm gonna tell my wife we ain't been there. I'm gonna see how much Just tell me how it is when you get back.
You can tell he was an old head. That was some old head shit right there.
Pack them clothes
like that. That's some old head.
Like, listen here, Earl. If you don't get the fuck out of my messages.
Yo, that is.
And then mess up the reservation. She did that. She definitely did that shit on purpose to mess up the reservation.
Of course. That wasn't a mistake. Now, I'm gonna give you another one. It says, I caught my stepsister cheating on her fiance. What do I do? Now it says, it happened a couple weeks ago. I came home and I walked into the kitchen and I heard noises coming from the living room and the door was open and I caught my stepsister cheating. He really gets along well with her fiance. They've become good friends. What should he do?
Mind your business.
Yeah, go ahead, mind your business, chief.
Mind your business.
Go ahead and.
I'm not saying to justify what she's doing, but mind your business.
Yeah, because
you don't know how people react when you tell somebody that their significant other is cheating on them.
they might take it out on you. So you
Yeah.
ain't do nothing. So you sat there and watched.
Or they might just be mad at you for telling them, and they would just be like,
They'd be more mad at you. Yeah, like you said, more mad at you for telling them.
then they are mad at the person for cheating.
Which is wild. It's
That's
like almost like
backwards.
take offense that you would tell them some news like that.
I
Like,
can't believe you.
like, why
Why'd
would
you
you-
tell me that? Huh? Oh,
yeah, like why would you?
I'm very confused. I don't understand.
And that's the fucked up part, because you tell somebody something like that, you think you like, all right, you think you doing a good job, helping them out or whatever, and then no, you're not. All right, last one. I got one more. I got one more. Okay. They said they overheard butt dial cheating hookup, right? So it says her husband butt dialed her, and she heard him talking to a 20-year-old female. Now he's 65. He's 65 for 48 minutes. This some old head shit. She got the time down. 48 minutes. She put his 48 minutes. She recorded the conversation on her iPad, right?
Yeah,
It
she
say,
definitely old.
She old as shit. It said he talked about what a nice skin tone she has and asked her if she wanted to go on a boat ride. Now I don't know if that was just cool shit or is this might be some old
something.
Yeah. It said he also told her about the new beaches he likes to frequent, and he never once mentioned he has a wife. It says when he spoke, he always used I and made himself out to be single. He asked her if she was single, and she said yes. And he told her he told her don't get married because why have one when you can have 7? She says, I am so hurt and sickened by this. Has this happened to anyone? Have you ever butt dial somebody and have a conversation like heard them cheating? Oh, and she said she sent him the 48-minute recording to hear, which is weird. But it's basically along the lines of the question: Have you ever heard somebody cheating on you? Pretty much.
No.
I haven't either, and I'm glad I didn't, because I don't even know, like, how do you even react to that? Like, that might hear something. And what do you think is worse, hearing something or seeing something?
Ooh, seeing it.
Think seeing it?
Yeah, seeing it.
Because hearing is like, all right, I don't even know who the person is, but like, you just got so much built
Hearing
up shit.
it is just like you feel it, but you gotta you have to now you want to see it. But
Right.
if you see it, you gonna hear it and see it. It's right in front of your face. There's no denying what's going on.
Yeah, that's just bad.
But no, ain't nobody butt down me while they was cheating.
Like I said, that is some old head shit right there.
He wanted to be her sugar daddy.
That's what it sounded like, pretty much.
He wanted to be her sugar daddy. I'm sorry, ma'am, that your 60-something-year-old husband was looking at a young tenderoni that was 20-something, and he wanted to take her on a boat ride.
We don't know what type of boat he was talking about.
Type of boat. I don't know if he's talking about the actual boat or he's talking about the other boat.
Oh, hey, fuck around, die. That'd be some karma for your ass.
But there's a lot of you would be surprised how many men there are out there that are married, older men that are married, and they they're sugar daddies.
You know what's crazy? Because there's a lot of old heads out there, and I want to do these young bucks know that I think some of these youngins know that these dudes be married, but they know that old head cutting that check. Ain't no fucking way.
You see an old head I
I hear fucking with Ernest.
I was living down the street when I was with my mom. We lived down the street from this bar. I'm not gonna say the name of the bar, but if y'all know me personally, y'all know what bar I'm talking about. It used to be a lot of old heads. They don't come around as much because now the bar a little young, crowded. But it used to be a lot of old heads. Nice ass cars, all parked up and down the block.
The caddies?
The parking, fuck a caddy. Like they
had some shit.
Some shit.
They had some shit.
Some shit. And they'll come to the bar and they, that old ass cologne. Them hat,
Niggas had some.
Hats,
they had that
shit
brute
like
on.
that.
They had that brute with the toothpick in their mouth right here.
And they'll be in the bar, but they're scoping on certain nights. They're scoping for younger females because they know, a lot of these females are coming in here in groups and they, want to be seen. And they will be leaving out with these girls. A lot of these men, some of them I knew personally because of my grandma or whatever case may be. But they be married and looking, at something else because their wife at home gave them, years, children, all that, happy stuff and everything like that. But they be feeling that itch, like I'm getting older. I need something younger. But something younger, ain't always where it's at, sir. Might bite your ass in a bad way and make you lose everything.
Yeah, one of these youngers might set you up.
And you ain't gonna.
You ain't even gonna see it coming.
The conversation is the same. You 60 something. You talking to a 20-year-old. I want you to understand. When you were 40, she was either being born or still in the process of being born. Yeah. So the shit that you know about in your 20s and everything like that, she has to look in a history book about.
Yeah, like don't be because I've heard stories of of old heads getting robbed. Like pretty much the young bucks set them up.
Yeah.
They knew which day you got paid. They knew, which route you was taking. They know because old heads get stuck in their, old heads, they get stuck in their certain routines. Like I gotta do this. I gotta go get my numbers. Get my numbers.
My money out.
So these young bucks pay attention, man. Don't just old heads. Be careful, old heads.
They be calling a young buck boyfriend or friend to come rob you because they know at 3:00 you always at Citizens getting your money out.
Be careful. It's funny because old heads be having young chicks out here fighting over them. Like what the fuck?
I would never.
Like that's anything.
Don't be out here fighting over niggas.
They knew it was payday. They knew it was payday. But all right, let me give you this one. This kind of actually ties into what we talked about either last week or a couple weeks ago. It said it's men out here mad at their dad for doing the same thing that they're doing to their child's mother.
They just repeat the cycle. But their dad was he was a thorough ass nigga. Mm-hmm. That's what you gonna get. No, my pop was a thorough ass nigga. He did this and the third. Why do you have 6 brothers and sisters? It's not from your mother,
right?
But your dad was thorough?
Mm-hmm. Or, no, because it says they're mad at their dad. Oh, they're mad. Oh, no, he was out here doing this and that. It was the opposite. They were doing all this and that, but you're doing the exact same thing that you hate your father for doing. You're doing the exact same thing to your child's mother now. Until
they put their best foot forward and realize that, I wouldn't even say realize because you should know that you're doing it already. Mm-hmm. But it's just like they can't break out of that cycle or something. Something is stopping them from seeing that you're doing the same exact thing that you're mad at somebody else for. Like you a deadbeat dad and you mad because your dad was a deadbeat dad. Like you barely see your kids, but you always blame it on the mom because you saying that she's keeping you away from your kids, but you don't see them or you don't make time for them. You only try to make time for them on like if y'all split it up to where you have them every weekend. Right. You only get them every weekend. You never text her during the week and say, hey, can I just grab the kids for the day? Or like you only get them on the weekend because that's what you feel like you're obligated to do.
Right. Like,
but you don't go outside of that. So you just wind up in the same pattern your dad was in. So if he was a nothing ass nigga, now you a nothing ass nigga.
Yeah, like they say, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. And you just doing the exact same thing. At some point, you got to break those cycles. You got to break those generational curses. We got to do a show on generational curses down the line, too. Because there's a lot of those. And that's definitely one of them right there. Unconditional love does not mean unconditional tolerance. Unlearn that.
You ain't gotta tolerate everything. That's exactly what that means.
Because let me how do I say this? So when it comes to unconditional love, I think sometimes that kind of falls into the same categories of what we talked about earlier with the cheating thing. When it comes to cheating, like, oh, I love this person so much, certain things I'll
don't accept that.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Don't accept that. Don't accept somebody lying to you. Don't accept somebody manipulating you, gaslighting you. Like, don't accept those things. Like, unconditional love is not stupidity. It's just loving somebody. Like, it's just wholeheartedly loving somebody for all that they are. But that does not mean that you love them to not change. Like, you can't, like, that person has to grow at some point. If you met them and, they were hopping from job to job because they didn't know where their feet were going to be planted and y'all have been dating for 3 years and they're still doing the same thing and you're saying you love this person unconditionally, but they haven't changed. Correct. Somewhere that love is not enough because if y'all together and y'all relationship is going on 3 years but you're not moving anywhere because they're still doing the same shit they were doing when they got with you.
Yeah, you're not pushing, or you might not be pushing them.
Or you're not pushing them enough to change either. But, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm grown too. There's also much that I'm going to do to get you to, do what you're supposed to do. Correct.
And some people, when it comes to that word tolerance, some people are in relationships, they're just tolerating their significant other.
Oh, yes.
And that's the worst place to be.
That goes back to niggas that don't want to hang out with their girlfriends.
Yeah.
I'm just tolerating this.
They're just tolerating. Like, it's crazy how many people tolerate because there's a lot of good dudes and a lot of good because sometimes it's always a stigma and niggas ain't shit. It's a lot of dudes that's been dealing with a lot of chicks that ain't shit. Mm-hmm. And it's like, oh no, they're still young. They need time to grow. No, you need to get together. Like if you're like younger, you got like kids or you might be married or and you did all of this at a young age, you like 24, 25, 26. That doesn't give you the excuse to because you're young not to take care of your responsibilities. Mm-hmm. You're like, all right, I'm young. I still got. We're not saying that you can't learn,
right?
But That's not an excuse. Like once you have a kid, number one, that's a big responsibility right there. That should hit you. Like, all right, I need to do better. Like I should want to advance in life. That doesn't mean I'm young. No, I got time. The kid will be fine. Like no,
that child sees that
absolutely,
and eventually they'll pick up on that, and it's just like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, you got to be responsible. And the sad part is a lot of dudes dealing with stress. When we talk about mental health, there's a lot of dudes dealing with so much stress because they're the breadwinner. They're taking care of everything. And they got I shouldn't say ain't shit ass female, but they do ain't shit ass. They got ain't shit ass tendencies. And now it's like they got a kid with them, so it's like they're dealing with them. They're tolerating them. So it's.
This is something I would say to a guy that wants to be that provider. Like, if you want to be that guy that, I have no problem with 50-50. We doing the 50-50, it is what it is. Like, I'm not telling you have to pay 100% of any fucking thing. I'm not telling you that. But if you want to, hey, okay. But if a guy is that type of guy, there are a lot of guys who feel as though they have to pay for everything in the house. And that, their girlfriend or wife or whatever can work if she wants to and then pocket that money. Or she's only paying for groceries, or she's only paying the cable bill, or she only pays like her phone bill and put gas in her car. But everything else I handle. The kids, I handle it. Daycare, anything like that, I handle it. And then you stress because you feel as though she's not doing enough. It's just like, before you step into those shoes, make sure that the female beside you is worth stepping into them shoes for. Make sure that when you come home, it's a home. I'm not saying, if she's working or whatever case, if she's not paying for anything, I'm not saying it won't be nights when she's tired too. And she might not feel like cooking. And y'all might just order out. But she made sure you have something to eat. Right. She made sure, clothes is washed, the kids is fine. You don't have to worry about too much. You can come home and relax. Nobody's really, in your face, unless you want them to.
Right.
So before you step into those shoes to become a full-time, provider, you're doing everything, make sure the female beside you is your partner. Because if you decide to do that just because you feel as though that's the right thing to do as a man, or somebody is drilling that into your head that that's what you need to do, or you saw your dad do it, or your grandpa, or your uncle, whoever raised you, if you saw them do it, make sure that you have a good support system for it.
Right.
Y'all be doing it with these nothing ass females, and then y'all get mad because y'all stressed. You should have known when you went over that bitch apartment, she wasn't cleaning. You went into the refrigerator and you saw leftovers that was some takeout. You didn't see nothing in there to cook with.
Yeah, because it's tendencies there when it comes to those tendencies were there early. Like you said, you seen it there early. Like, all right, you seen when she had her own place, or maybe she didn't have her own place. She might have been still living with mama.
That's true too.
She might have still been living with mama, but you see little. You can see little things in females and in people in general that make you say, is this something I really want to do? Mm-hmm. Sometimes people ignore those little tendencies because the overall picture, all right, they're a good person, we had good conversation, yada yada yada. But those tendencies, no, you need to pay attention to that. Mm-hmm. Because when you make that move y'all gonna move in together, number one, that's a big thing, because now you taking somebody else's and you meshing your spaces together. And y'all, that's something very, very, very important that I think sometimes people overlook. Sometimes people just move in together because it's just a less bill. That's cool.
That's fine.
That's fine.
If you want a roommate,
yeah.
I guess. If you want a roommate, you fucking, I guess that's fine.
Yeah, but no, it's something.
Somebody sharing space with you, you need, make sure that's exactly something. Make sure that's something that you really, really want, because it's hard to turn around from that.
Ooh, you get to kick them out. You gotta go. No, y'all didn't build something together.
Some of them will leave if you say get the fuck out, but some of them gonna be like, I ain't going no fucking where. Mm-hmm. So now what are you gonna do? Because
it gets harder. Some people be out here they move in together, everything good, and then next thing you know, everything ain't good, and they try to move out and they realize them prices went up. That apartment they might have been living in, they might have been paying $700-800.
You now you gotta pay $13.
You like, oh, now you trying to figure it out. Now you just stuck there, I guess we're going to have to just stay here for now.
If somebody's determined, they're going to do whatever they got to do to pay their rent. I got 3 jobs, and I'm doing GoPuff on the side. My rent paid, because I don't want to live with that motherfucker.
Why aren't men loved unconditionally?
What? Bullshit. Who said that? Who the fuck said that?
Just you saying that already.
Who said that?
Somebody could just put the quote damn.
Who said that?
See? Just you answering that question right there just proves why men ain't unloved.
They don't even answer. They don't answer shit. I just don't understand. So So a lot of those quotes that I see like that come from men who deal with the same type of fucking female.
True, just like it's quotes that come from chicks that deal with the same type of nigga.
And they fuck themselves up. It's just like, don't come over here with that shit. Like, I love unconditionally if I actually fucking love you. But if you want some weird shit, no, you don't get that. You don't get that. You can't be over there messing with grade C bitches and try to come over here and bring that same fucking. It don't work that way.
Not the grade C.
I'm not.
Damn.
That doesn't mean they ugly or anything like that. It's just like
milk.
These are the type of bitches. This is the group of bitches you were messing with, and then you trying to come up a few grades, and it's just like, no, you need to, like, after you done messing with them, realize that that's not what you want. How do you change your perception to get exactly what you want?
Right.
Because something in you is attracting these females. Something in you attracts you to these females. And the simple fact that you don't want to pay attention to that, or you don't realize it right off the bat, you still attracted to them. They attract you. Yeah. So when you go out, you ignoring the females that's, chilling with her friends, having a good time, but she not too loud, she not drawing so much attention to it. And you go after the girl over there that's on the table, she drunk, she sloppy, she loud, like she just doing the most. You go after her. Yeah. Because for some odd reason that attracts you. But this one over here doesn't.
Yeah, I seen an interview with one of these rappers, and he said he knew he was in love with this chick because she was the first chick that actually brought him a gift. Like, he never had nobody outside of his mama that brought him a gift, which is crazy.
You know how many times I've heard that?
That's pretty wild.
Like, niggas be like, yeah, ain't no girl ever take me on a date. Huh?
Yeah, like, that's pretty crazy.
You talking about take you on a date, like actually pay for the date? Yeah, like, I'll go on dates, but I'm always paying for something. Like, ain't no girl ever come pick me up. Ain't no girl ever do this. Ain't no girl ever, like...
I ain't never been picked up. I never been... I'm about to say, chicks look at you crazy. You tell them to come pick you up. I ain't never been picked up.
It's not telling you to come pick you up. It's just be like, you know what? Like, we'll take my car. Like, I'll come get you or da-da-da. Like, something... ain't nobody gonna be outside like, yo, I'm outside in the fucking car. Like, no, that's too much.
Take me out on a date.
But I'm saying, though, like, guys for the minimum, like, things that us as females already get, they don't. And I'd be so surprised, like, who the fuck was you talking to?
And I think that's why guys sometimes they spin that picture about females, because they're dealing. Everybody's different. Right. One guy's experience might be different from a different guy's experience. So this guy might have been, every chick he dealt with is nothing but unconditional love. He got birthday gifts. He got Valentine's Day gifts. He got all this good stuff. Vacations and everything. He did everything. And then you got the other guy. He's usually taking care of everything. He's not used to none of that. And he's kind of just basically dealing with this chick because, she looked good or whatever. She might got good, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But he hasn't even really had the unconditional love. He just pretty much dealing with a chick that looked good and he fucking her.
Like, it's your birthday and...
He tricking.
It's your birthday and all you got was a happy birthday. What's a pussy?
Yeah.
Pussy is not a gift. No. I really want
you. While we on that.
Pussy is not a gift.
Valentine's Day is
coming up.
Valentine's Day is
I don't care if you bought a new 90, you bought a new lingerie set, you hit that Savage Fenty sale, honey. You went to Victoria's Secret. Like, it doesn't matter. Pussy is not a gift if you didn't give him anything else.
Chicks ain't gonna like that one. By the time y'all see this, Valentine's Day be over. But we still gonna say it though,
but
because
it's not a gift because you can give that to him any night.
Right.
Like, it's not a gift. Like, how are you wrapping it differently this time? Like, I'm not understanding. Like, it's also much you can do with your vagina.
Right.
Before it becomes just a vagina. Like, especially if y'all been in a relationship for years, like, that's the same pussy I saw this morning.
I'm crying.
Why is it different tonight? Because tonight is like, it's Valentine's Day night and we supposed to be doing this.
See, that's a bad sign right there. Some chicks think that's just the answer to everything when it comes to a holiday, a birthday, anything. Like, you ain't gonna keep a nigga like that.
It's like
he might stay around.
It's like when a baby crying and everybody just want to give him a bottle because you don't know what the fuck is going on. So you just give him pussy because you don't know what else to give him.
Yeah,
like, did you learn your nigga? Like,
no.
Do your nigga like video games? Did you buy him some games? Do you know he needs some socks? Do you know he need underwear? Do you know this is his favorite meal? Did you try to cook it? You couldn't get the reservation to the restaurant, so you can't go there. Like, his favorite color is blue. Did you make him a gift bag with a bunch of blue shit in it?
Yeah, it could be something small. This could be something small. Niggas like chocolate too. Like, what the fuck? Like, and all of a sudden niggas don't like chocolate. All right, man, I'm gonna make this the last question. If your significant other didn't give you anything for Valentine's Day, would you feel a type of way?
What?
If your significant other didn't get you anything on Valentine's Day, would you feel a type of way?
Yeah. I didn't give me nothing. Not like mad for days, but I'd be like, damn, why I ain't get nothing? Especially if I got them something.
I would say, I'm sure any female would feel the type of way. They probably wouldn't. They wouldn't probably say it, but I look at it this way. Yeah, you love this person all year round. It's just a small. It's a love day.
It's a love day.
It's a
Just,
small thing. Like
people be so hyped, like, well, Valentine's Day is any day. Like, bitch, okay, it's on the calendar though. Like today is Valentine's. When we was in school, when we was kids,
right.
And like I bought the little Valentine's Day little cards in the box with the candy. You know, you give out to your classmates.
Right.
Yeah, it's Valentine's. I don't love all these motherfuckers. I'm trying to be nice. But if I'm fucking this nigga, we sharing a household, sharing, you know, if y'all in holy matrimony, whatever the case may be, then like, what's so bad about buying me a gift?
Yeah, fellas, don't fall for it. Don't let a chick tell you, oh no, it don't matter. It fucking matters.
It matters.
Do not fall in that
matters.
trap. Seriously, do not fall in that fucking. I don't give a fuck if it's a rose. I don't give a fuck if it's some. You could get the chocolate from Broad and whatever. Like,
no, you're female. Like you could pay off her student loans for Valentine's Day. What?
No, she's still gonna want it. She's still gonna want some roses or something.
No, I'm not.
If
If you paid off my student loans for Valentine's Day, I don't give a fuck about nothing else. I don't care. I go buy my own flowers. They gonna die anyway, but I'm buying myself.
It's okay. It's okay to get guys stuff for Valentine's Day, ladies. It's okay. But you know, some of y'all, when y'all see this, y'all probably didn't get your nigga nothing. So.
But pussy.
Yeah, and that nigga that's why a nigga want to go hang out with his friends. That's why a nigga like, damn, this shit crazy. At least they got him a bottle. Like, damn, you ain't get him nothing. Shit, man. I guess I'll wrap this show up the best that you can.
Don't give you your pussy for Valentine's Day. As a gift. As his only gift. But give him some pussy. Like, make sure you cap your night off with that. Unless y'all got work in the morning. I don't know. It might be a quickie. But, so what was it?
Self-reflection.
Self-reflection. So we are a accountability podcast, right? We are. And so self-reflection, I mean, we kind of do that regardless. All the time. But, you know, if y'all triggered by some of these things, or you feel as though you know somebody that does these things, like sometimes have conversations with your friends, significant others, and make a change. You know, like if you know that it's gonna become something like worse along the lines, like let them know about it. Like reflect on your things that you can work on throughout the year. You know, as you grow into a new person, into a new career, new relationship, whatever the case may be. But you know, reflect on them things that you know is toxic, and you know, and not tolerate bullshit. Things that you know that you wouldn't want somebody else to tolerate. You know, and love yourself.
Definitely.
Love yourself.
You know what I'm saying? Love yourself.
Among all those other things, but make sure you love yourself completely.
Definitely. Like we always say, common sense ain't always too common. So put a little bit more smarts in the world. We made it double digits, man. We episode 10. You know what I'm saying? We made it episode 10. Hold on. There we go. We made it to 10, man. We appreciate y'all. Listen, it's all the up from here. We gonna be at 100 before you know it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be at 100 before you know it. They be like, damn, this shit flew past.
That's where we started it.
Absolutely. But on that note, it's the Bull Vance. Holla at y'all.
Make it make sense. Come on, make it make sense. Come on, make it, baby. Make it make sense. Come on, make it.